me up. Everybody help me up. Thank you. Oh, I feel so stupid for falling, but I fell. But that's because of the fact that I couldn't see anything because I had that neck thing going on all night. I couldn't get it to stop. How many people were here last night? Yeah. Oh my God. It was so amazing. In fact, I got so excited I didn't care. I screamed like no one was around me. I'm sure it was like, who's that idiot? Shut him up. He's a stupid. No, I really thought last night was amazing. We had all kinds of lights on the mountain, which we've seen lights before, but not with that kind of candle power. So they were brighter last night than I've ever seen. I was very impressed. And then I didn't tell James, maybe he knew, but I was sitting back by the trees, and before I took the spill on the rocks, I was sitting there and I was watching up, and I saw this flash, huge flash. And I thought, wait a minute, what's that? And I looked up, and then all of a sudden it did it again. But then it didn't do it after that. So I don't know what that was, but it certainly wasn't a satellite. I've already had my eclipse experience. I'm not going to cheat. But I'm just saying, how many people saw the eclipse by applause? Applaud. How did you feel, man? I tell you, it wasn't getting into the eclipse that bothered me, it was coming out of it for some reason. And everything seemed a little weird. And I think it was because it was firing up the electric ionosphere. Because, when sunset happens, the ionosphere plasma kind of dies down. And then when it comes back up again. So you have the radio field and the magnetic field and all that stuff cooking you up and feeling good, along with the 4G and the other stuff around you. But anyway, it's funny because when that stuff dies down, when the ionosphere plasma dies down, you start feeling it. We're so surrounded by this electromagnetic energy that when it stops in an eclipse, you feel it. You feel helpless. So don't take our electromagnetism away. No way, don't take that away. But see, that's the thing, is I was reading somewhere that those feelings you had during the eclipse are the same as if the poles were to shift. So if you start feeling like that means you have to listen to see if the poles are shifting. They did it on the sun a couple years ago. I watched that happen. That was kind of cool. I don't know if they're going to happen here on planet Earth, but maybe tonight we can ask some questions. Who knows? For those of you that don't know, a lot of people do know they're here. It's the Ground Zero Retreat. I'm Clyde Lewis. I do a show called Ground Zero. It's on 300 markets across the country. We're on the internet. We have thousands of people listening to the show in archive on SoundCloud.com. See, some people are SoundCloud fans. But what it is that, I talk about a lot of things the mainstream won't talk about, but I'm not one of those soapbox guys that sound like a wrestler's going to want you to listen or else. I'm basically a guy who, just like you, have an interest in this. I've had an interest since I was a young man. I tried to ignore it, couldn't get away from it. Started my radio show in 1995. After playing my records backwards and talking to David John Oates, I've now had an illustrious career in talking about this stuff. So it's kind of defined me because I used to be just a rock jock doing Black Sabbath records. And now I'm doing this. And I really enjoy it because I think people need to hear, need to know some of these things and realize that the world is magical. There are some things you can't explain, and this is one of the things that I can't explain, and I'll tell you the honest truth about the black cube. What had happened is that Roger Cluton, who is with me today, he is the head of a group called Northwest Coast Recon, and it's because he does a lot of ghost investigations, and he's had some people on his group that were, electronically aware of what they could do to try and enhance the situations with the paranormal. And what came up from that is Burgess's Ghost Box, which was nothing more than a Radio Shack radio that has been hacked, and it's able to scan back and forth the FM and AM radio signals to try and get ghost voices. Some people say, well, that's crap. It does work. Just the problem with it is it's too obnoxious. It's like trying to hear ghosts through a rainbird. What? Oh, he said that? Okay. So it's like, hey, that EVP spoke to me through the rainbird. That's exactly what it sounds like. Or it sounds like a woodpecker signal. So we bared with that. We saw people doing it on the other ghost shows. And There's a guy named Steve Huff with Huff Paranormal who was doing his own version of the box, and I said, you know what, that is the same thing except they've taken the squelch out. I said, I think we should do something better. I said, I had this theory because I've always been into, Edison and how he wanted to contact the other side, and Tesla said that he was listening to voices from Mars, and I'm thinking, how the hell did they do this? What frequency? So I dug deep into what Tesla was doing in Colorado Springs when they said he talked to the Venusians, talked to the guys on Venus. So I did my reading, and I found out that there were frequencies that Tesla knew about. They were called, that wasn't ELF, but it was a low frequency, about 17 megahertz to about 30. And I found out that the place where these frequencies are most used is the cell phone towers. So I said to Roger, I said, if we were able to somehow figure out a way to just dig into the cell phone towers or get into the frequencies where the cell phone backtalk or overtalk goes, I'll bet you we'd be able to listen in and we would hear something. So we did a show where we told everybody that we were going to contact the Black Knight, which is the satellite that's thousands of years old or millions of years old that's out in space right now. And there was a Pepsi commercial that was going to do it. And we're like, wow, we're onto this. This is cool. So we went on the air and we did a few questions. We actually opened up the night playing a didgeridoo. That thing is, yeah, we played the didgeridoo. And we tried to summon and open all frequencies to the aliens. We said, we want to contact beings out in space, maybe some that run this satellite. All of a sudden, voices started coming to us, and they started telling us things. They said they were, they talked about the Black Knight, they talked about a new Kepler system, they talked about a lot of things. We're going, wow, this isn't ghosts. This is something else. This is some other beings that are talking to us when we listen. We ask them questions, and they hear us for some reason, and they use this as a way to do it. So we were using the power from the radio station, which is several 100,000 watts, to get that signal out there, and they were coming back and speaking to us. So we were invited to a ghost gathering at Seaside, and they wanted us to demonstrate the black cube, and when we did, there were a lot of things that the cube told us that was going to happen, and it did. They told us that North Korea would be angry at us again. It happened. They said that Donald Trump would be president. He became president. And then they said he wasn't going to serve his full term, and now you look at what's going on now. And just a number of questions that it answered for us. And so tonight, I'm going to tell you honestly, I don't know how it works. But I know it works. And so I have to get me enough cord here so I don't fall again. Because I'm going to do I need a chair? I just need someone who, I can get a chair. And maybe, do we have a roving microphone? Something? Okay. Yeah, this is right here, it's fine, I can sit there. Make my leg feel a lot better because I fell. Okay, that's good. All right, so first of all, is there any particular topic you want to call out or ask any of the beings that may be here on this property? Anything, anyone, first of all. Yes, you.
Is anything known about the political...
Anything what?
Is anything known about the political, geographical...
The political what?
Boundaries of the local neighborhood?
Okay, you gotta speak up again. The political what?
Stand up, yeah, there you go.
Geographical, organizational boundaries of the local neighborhood?
I don't know what, that may be too general. I don't know. That's the geological boundaries of the neighborhood? I don't understand. I mean, something that everybody would know about. Something that I think everybody in the audience would want to know about. I don't know about the geopolitical boundaries, so I don't know what you mean.
Of outer space, the local...
Oh, what about outer space?
Within like 40 light years or so.
How far away are they from here?
Like what are the nations in the local neighborhood of outer space?
Okay, that's good. Are there anybody within the nations of outer space would like to identify themselves and tell us where you're at? Tell us again where you're at. I heard something. Where are you from again? Somebody in outer space? You in outer space? Are you in outer space? Do you need a different question about where you are? Right here? Who am I speaking to? What? Something? Forster? Am I speaking to Forster? Yes. Forrester, where are you now? Where are you? Something around here. I'm standing around here. Now, one of the things about the cube is if you hear something and you understand it better than I do, I want you to yell out what you hear. And if the audience agrees, then we got an A thing, right? Right?
Yep. Right.
Okay. So we're going to go to another question. Is there another question? You. Okay. What was the flash in the sky last night? It was me. Yeah, I heard that. Does everybody hear it was me? It was me. So you were the flash in the sky last night. What message were you trying to send? Yeah, Palladian. Did you hear Palladian? How many heard Palladian? I heard Palladian by applause.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's a Palladian. It's a Palladian. Okay, so you're a Palladian and you flashed at me last night. I saw the flash. Some saw the flash. So you wanted to tell us you're a Palladian. What is your purpose here? We're coming? Yes?
More?
What?
Yeah, I heard we're coming.
We're here, we're coming.
More are coming.
More are coming.
Oh, I thought
Okay?
you heard more.
So we're coming, more are coming.
Yeah, I heard more.
Yeah? Yeah. What's that?
Are they coming back tonight?
Are you coming back tonight? At night? You coming back tonight? Yes.
Are you going to eat us?
Eat? Did you hear that? It said eat? Did you hear that? It said eat? Give it a applaud that. That's what I heard say eat. Eat? Okay.